Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm really excited to be teaming up with Yari G and Sammi Cupcake. The three of us all have beauty channels here on YouTube. However, Yari G is really well known because she does these fabulous BoxyCharm spoiler videos. Her other videos are fantastic as well, but it's her spoiler videos that I really like. And I'm gonna link her video down below. She is using the beautiful blue and teal shades to create a gorgeous, it is a stunning look that you have to see. And Sam, who is an admin with me for BoxyCharm Beauties, she has a fairly new channel, but the content is totally worth subscribing. She's going to be using more of the neutral shades to do a more everyday wearable neutral look. I decided to meet in the middle and it's a very natural look, but the liner uses these vibrant colors. So you may not want a blue or teal wing liner regularly, but you could totally stop at the neutral look, or you can totally pack on these colors. We really just wanted to team up to show you all the different things that you can get out of this fantastic palette. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload twice a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. Also, I did link their videos down below. Go check the girls out. Comment on their videos because they're all going up at the same time. Let them know I sent you. Let them know they're fabulous, and let them know how stunning they look, because honestly, their looks are blowing me away. Without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and let's get right into the video. The one thing I did wanna say is I did start with my base already done. So if you really wanna see like foundation application, I will link a video up here right now telling you how I got to that point. But I really focused heavily on like the contour, blush, lip, and eye today because I really wanted to focus as heavily as I can on the products I was featuring. So yeah, I'm done talking, let's get right into it. All right, so the base is already done just because I didn't want this to be a million years long. I'm going to basically tie everything up, but the main star of the show, like I said in the intro, is going to be the Alamar palette. So just to add a little bit of contour, I did throw on some bronzer already. I'm gonna be going into the Pur Sculpter Palette that we got in our BoxyCharm in May. I'm gonna dip into Inventor, the top shade, and I'm gonna focus that on the cheeks and jawline. Then on that same brush, I'm going to go into the Note Cosmetics Luminous Blush. This is from the June box. No, I lied. This is from the July box, and I'm going to be using it. It is the shade Desert Rose, and I'm going to add a little bit to the high points of the cheek. This, like, literally press the brush in, and that's already too much product. See how beautiful that was? And literally, like, press it in and knock it off. And then you still are gonna have so much pigment. And I'm gonna take whatever's left on the brush and I'm gonna press it just over my nose contour because this is gonna give us a little bit of that, like, if we're using the Alamar palette, we really wanna go in with this like bronzy, beachy, glowy, and by adding that blush to the side of the nose, you're really gonna get that sun-kissed look that this isn't like 1.5 inches of makeup on my face. Instead, it looks a little bit more like I just went out in the sun. For my base highlighter, because you know I'm gonna go in with more than one, I'm gonna be taking Originator, the lighter shade from the same Pure palette. And now that we're almost there, my favorite highlighter lately, that isn't actually a highlighter, is right out of the Alamar palette, and it is La Costa, the shade up here. It is just this beautiful peachy rose gold, and I'm gonna just tap into that and build up the glow a little bit more. Now, I know everybody is gonna say something because I mentioned it in a recent video that whenever I'm like feeling a blue look, I end up in a blue shirt, and anytime I wear or I'm feeling a red look, I end up in a red shirt. Because I knew I was using this palette today and I was gonna go into these beautiful colors, I put on green because I knew there's no way that I'll be super monochromatic with this. And then I opened this and like Celia, the one shade that actually has a lot of green in it, is the one I'm gravitating towards. But it's not gonna be super matchy-matchy today. My eyes are already primed, and going into a Morphe R39, this is a flat packer brush. I'm gonna take this with a little bit of Tropico, the orange right here, and I'm going to just put that directly into the crease. Normally I would go in first with a really significant transition shade. However, these shades blend so well that I feel comfortable like skipping that because I do want like this nice pigmentation. Then on the other side of the brush, I'm going to go into Cafecito down here, the brown, and I'm just going to gently stamp that under Tropico And in little circular motions, I'm just going to buff it up to that line, but not over it. And what this is gonna do right now, it looks a little muddy and it's a little bit like of a combination of the two. Dipping into a shade, or a brush, I'm sorry, with no product, I'm just going to diffuse the edges and work that into the whole crease. And you see how easily that blended, and it just gave you this like seamless base for a quick smoky eye, whereas this shade looks way over the top. It's gonna blend perfectly away. And you'll see how now we have that perfect like warm crease without it getting overboard. I mean, you could totally like buff a transition shade, buff in the orange, blend in the brown, but honestly with these shades, because they perform so well, you could totally just put it on and blend, and it is perfect. Going back into that same first brush, I'm gonna take a little more of Cafecito, and I'm gonna take that just on the tip of the brush, and I'm just gonna build up that outer portion of the eye, and now I'm gonna blend it with that same brush because I do want to really like build up that intensity, because this is gonna be a fairly neutral look to start. And then, like you guys saw in the beginning, the liner is gonna be where we add that graphic drama. So with my finger, I'm gonna take a little bit of La Costa, which is, again, the same shade we used to highlight. And rather than swiping it onto the lid, I'm actually just going to pat it onto the lid. Then on a blending brush, I'm just going to diffuse the crease, just so that that shimmer shade, if it did go a little overboard, it gets toned back to just on the lid. Then I'm gonna take the Jonteblu colored liner that also came from the BoxyCharm June box. It is in charcoal, and I'm gonna add that to the waterline. I really didn't want anything that was gonna be either too brown and warm or too black and bold. I really wanted something in between. And once we have that down on a pencil brush, I'm gonna go into Cafecito again, and I'm going to buff around the edges. Then on a slightly fluffier brush, going into Tropico again, I'm just going to buff around that brown, just so you get a little bit of that same warmth you have up top on the bottom. Now, I feel like at this point, the like theme for my channel might as well be, if it's natural, you could stop there, but I'm not going to, because I feel like I say that all the time. If you love natural and this is what you're going for, you will have a beautiful smoky eye. You could totally throw on lashes or liner and be done. Obviously, I'm not going to, and I'm going to amp this up a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'm gonna do this off camera just because it's gonna take me forever, I'm gonna throw on a very thin line of black liner. My reason I'm not gonna show you on camera is I literally have to be like this close to the mirror and you're not even gonna see it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the wings are on and about as even as they are ever going to be. And now this is the fun part. So on the Step 3 Go Girl Go vintage eyeshadow brush that we got, I wanna say in March in our BoxyCharm, I'm going to start with Celia, and I'm going to take this just on the tip of this brush, and I'm gonna grab a mirror and get in real close. And I'm just going to gently smudge that over the liner. Now I'm only taking that about halfway through the eye, and I'm gonna do that on both. And then I'm going to take Verdero, the more cobalt blue, and I'm going to take that onto the wing. And I did make sure to take that blue a little bit over where the aqua green went, just so that they kind of blended together. To amp this up just a little bit more, going into another pencil brush, a tiny one, I'm gonna go into El Malecon, which is the foiled gold. That is literally like, if I could only use one shade in this palette, it would be this shade. It is that stunning. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it to highlight the inner corner, and I'm actually gonna wrap that a little bit under the tear duct and a little bit into the wing. And now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go throw on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to tie this up with the lip. Okay, so lashes and liner are on. Well, liner I did with you guys, but lashes and mascara are on. For mascara, I'm using the Wander Beauty Unlashed that came in the July BoxyCharm. And for lashes, I'm wearing the Battington Lashes Monroe Silk, which were in the June BoxyCharm. What I love about these lashes is that they are wispy and dramatic, however, they are not too dramatic, so you can kind of see all of the time that went into the liner. The blue and the aqua is still peeking through, and it's not overboard, but they're not like pathetic little tiny lashes, because my lashes without lashes on aren't all that impressive. So I always want something, but this gives me just enough of what I want without like overpowering the eye. So for the lips, I'm gonna be doing like a pinky nude. So I'm gonna start with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang from Marc Jacobs, and I'm gonna take that all over the lip. And then, big surprise, I'm gonna be taking the Fenty Beauty Universal Gloss Bomb and taking that all over the whole lip. And now that the face is basically done, I'm gonna take a little bit more of La Costa just to amp up the highlighter, because it is a little underwhelming for what I normally like, and I do wanna build it up a little more. And then to finish this off, taking a little bit of the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I'm just gonna spray this, but really only on the sides of the face. I really wanna have that like profile glow on the skin, but in my T-zone where I get very oily, I don't want any of the shimmer. And that's the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am still loving this palette. Please make sure to go check out both Yari and Sam's channels, because the two of them are fantastic and the looks that they created for this were absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.